KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson celebrating the 75th liberation with the people of Guam. Biba Guam. Cars Plus, reminding you to put your phone down while driving. Distractions won't get you there. Heads Up Guam. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And steaks, ribs, seafood, and our famous fresh garden bar, Ruby Tuesday. Good times you can taste.
Ahead on prime time, less than 24 hours after saying it was inadvertently processed, documents show it was the Lieutenant Governor who signed off on the $41,000 raise for Adjutant General Esther Agagi. Plus, an assistant AG is arrested after an altercation with an attorney at the Superior Court of Guam. And a bill that would authorize local funds to pay war survivors is heard by the Appropriations Committee.
Hafade and good evening, everyone. Hours after we were told by Adaloop they would not be answering any more questions related to their $41,000 salary slip-up regarding the Adjutant General, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero briefly took questions from the media, saying it wasn't a mistake, but an error in the processes. Chris Barnett reports.
First, Adaloop said there was money in the budget for a $41,000 pay adjustment, 12-step jump in pay for Department of Military Affairs Director and Adjutant General Lieutenant Colonel Esther Agagi. Then, 24 hours later, Adaloop Communications Director Janella Carrera apologized for the inaccurate statement and said that the pay adjustment was a proposal and not sanctioned by Adaloop. KUAM this afternoon obtained documents that showed it was more than sanctioned, as it was signed off on by Guam's Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio on July 10th. Then, 2 weeks later, signed, sealed, and delivered by the Department of Administration. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero says she wasn't aware and she wasn't on island, but she said the Lieutenant Governor had the authority to approve Agagi's pay skyrocket from $81,000 a year to $122,000 in salary.
How could it be a mistake if the Lieutenant Governor signed off on it?
I didn't say it was a mistake. I said there was an error in the process.
The Lieutenant Governor apparently erred in not allowing the request for personnel action sent from Guam National Guard Quartermaster Lori Lee Crisostomo to be reviewed by their legal counsel and other, quote, players in the process.
Does she deserve 123? That's really sort of like a quantitative kind of situation. So I haven't really looked at all the other scales yet that says, okay, so she's Lieutenant Colonel rank. This is what Lieutenant Colonel rank makes as Adjutant Generals in the whole scheme of the environment. So does she deserve a better pay, a higher pay? Yes, I think she deserves a higher pay. Is it 120 or is it 110? Is it 108? That's something that, I haven't really looked through very closely.
As we reported, Lieutenant Colonel Agagi's predecessor, former Adjutant General Roderick Leon Guerrero, who was a Major General at the time, received the salary Agagi was getting paid, which is at step one, $81,522 a year. For now, the governor says Agagi's $41,000 pay raise has been rescinded, but that doesn't mean it's gone for good.
It will be revisited sometime in the near future.
The interview with the governor was brief, as reporters were told she only had 3 minutes. And we were cut off by Adaloop spokesperson Crystal Paco and kept from asking any further questions. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
It's not exactly the type of argument you'd expect at the Superior Court. The Office of the Attorney General says it will conduct an administrative review of an altercation involving one of its assistant attorney generals. KUAM's Adriana Cotero reports.
It was a disagreement over a civil case that had one attorney leaving the Superior Court of Guam on a stretcher and the other in handcuffs. On Thursday, outside the courtroom of Judge Anita Sokola, Assistant AG David Highsmith was arrested following an altercation with attorney Gary Gumatautau. According to Gumatautau's law firm partner, attorney William Pohl, he says after leaving the courtroom, Assistant AG Highsmith pushed Gumatautau, who fell and hit his head on the floor and was unconscious for about 3 to 5 minutes. Gumatautau was carried out on a stretcher and transported to the Guam Regional Medical City. According to attorney Pohl, his colleague spent several hours there and was released last night. He adds Gumatauta was out of the office today and will be for some time. Pohl adding he's still in pain and recovering from arm, back, and eye injuries. Assistant AG Highsmith was arrested for assault and was booked and released. The Office of the Attorney General says it will conduct an administrative review of the incident. A press release states any criminal complaint related to the incident will be referred to an independent attorney. Attorney Gumatauta, you may recall, ran for lieutenant governor with former Governor Carl Gutierrez in 2014.
The man wanted for questioning in the Jigo fatal shooting investigation is still at large. It's been 5 days since Keith Castro was shot at a residence on Chalan Tunfred Cabeza in Jigo. He later died of his wounds at the Guam Regional Medical City. Police released a wanted flyer for 27-year-old Thomas Mark Mendiola Taitano, a.k.a. Mossy. He was last seen by officers on Monday along Chalan Evangelista in Jigo. Investigators are asking for the community's help. If you see Taitano, you are advised not to approach him as he is considered armed and dangerous. Call GPD Dispatch at 472-8911 or 475-8615-7 or the nearest police precinct. We asked GPD when Castro's autopsy will be performed, but have yet to receive a response as of news time. The woman found face down in the channel at the Hagatnya Marina remains in critical condition at the Naval Hospital and has not yet been identified. Guam Fire Department Rescue received a call of a distressed swimmer Monday. GFD says when a rescue swimmer made contact, the female was pulseless and breathless, and CPR was conducted immediately. GNH Public Affairs spokesperson Jacine Matanani says they need the public's help in identifying the Jane Doe patient. A description of the woman, though, cannot be released, but if you have any information, please call their office at 344-8237. A ban on back billing, that's what Utilities Oversight Chair Senator Clint Rigel is calling for in Bill 188. The measure would prevent both GPA and GWA from back billing their customers, according to a release from the senator. Based on numerous customer complaints and testimony during an oversight hearing with GPA, Rigel believes the back billing process is unfair and should be banned. Currently, back billing is allowed for up to 4 months and is based on estimates, but Rigel is concerned about the number of faulty meters. GPA admitted at the oversight hearing that 1 out of every 4 meters fails. Rigel called it an unacceptable rate of failure and one that leads to a large amount of estimated back billing. This is back billing, he says, that many people simply can't afford. While federal legislation to pay out war claims is making its way through Congress, there's also a separate push to compensate survivors locally. The Appropriations Committee heard a bill today by Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes that would authorize up to $7.5 million in local funds to be paid to war survivors. Barnes says while she supports the similar federal effort by Congressman Michael San Nicolas, her measure is meant to get the payments out as soon as possible because, quote, we are losing survivors every day. Joe Garrido was among those who testified in support of the plan.
Let's move on. I don't really care what's coming from Washington, D.C. Hold back because it might screw up a war reparation plan that the federal government have been planning for 75 years. No, push it. Do it. Because the next public hearing, there will be only 3 people who can actually speak because all the rest have passed away.
Garrido also pushed for a change to the bill to allow descendants of those who died before the December 2016 cutoff date to receive compensation as well. And before we head into a break, Department of Revenue and Taxation, along with the Department of Administration, announced that on Monday they will be mailing out over 900 tax refunds, totaling approximately $2.6 million, including refunds garnished to repay government debts for error-free returns filed on or before February 13th, 2019. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
The summer of Jeep, Compass, Cherokee, Wrangler, Cars Plus in Mighty. Your new adventure starts now. Buy the 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the year and get a new Jeep Wrangler Sport for $268 per paycheck. Or get a new Jeep Compass Sport, only $167 per paycheck. Let them hear you coming in the new 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Buy for $205 per paycheck. And get financing as low as 1.99% on all Jeep models. Come see why you'll be kicking it at Cars Plus in Mighty. Driven by you.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. The plans for a birthing center at Guam's only public hospital have been in the making for years, but so far Gov Guam has yet to deliver. Julia Santos has more.
On identifying a source of funds to upgrade the GMH Birthing Center, GITA has made several unsuccessful attempts at obtaining grant money from the U.S. Department of Agriculture due to a requirement by the USDA to acquire interim financing, which leaves the hospital in a catch-22 situation. GMH needs to get a loan because of their financial challenges, which makes it virtually impossible to get a loan. But there are other options, according to GITA CEO and Administrator Melanie Mendiola.
What we're planning to do is wait for the results from the Army Corps of Engineers with regard to the structural integrity of the Guam Memorial Hospital. Obviously, the USDA is one route we can consider. There are other ways to go about financing as well, such as your bond market. But given GMH's ongoing financial challenges, it's likely to be a very challenging situation to get it done.
Mendiola is optimistic that the USDA is willing to work with GMH to approve the grant through a waiver of the requirement for interim financing.
Historically, they waived the requirement and then they stopped waiving it, but potentially, just basically depending on the urgency of the need for this facility, we might be able to request, our governor might be able to request a waiver again.
The renovation of the labor and delivery ward has been advocated by physicians who were one of the first groups to recognize the need. Dr. Jeffrey Gabriel, OBGYN, expressed his frustration over the fact that this and other issues concerning the hospital, in his opinion, has been subjected to politicking.
Certainly, if the hospital is falling down, we don't really want to keep that building, but it just seems a little bit late in the game to be talking about testing the hospital building now. It is very irritating, very frustrating to deal with just kind of a constant and steady low-grade opposition at every move.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Julia Santos.
The labor and delivery ward is just one of the systemic problems at GMH. Julia takes a tour of the facility for a holistic view of the challenges and what's being done to address them.
GMH, through grant funding from the U.S. Department of Interior, will be funding a full-scale, accurate diagnostic of the facility by the Army Corps of Engineers to determine the integrity of the structure. Before the assessment can begin, hospital officials are gathering all the information and data for the Corps to give them a full understanding of the scope of work their assessment will require. Administrator Lillian Posadas explains.
Hopefully that in a month, or sooner, because we'd like to get this going and have a determination whether or not we can proceed with the family birthing center or any modernization or any upgrades for the facility. Primarily, I like to also just emphasize the electrical panel. That is something that I'm just really concerned because I don't want to have an explosion to deal with.
Posadas says there was a fire that broke out last year in the radiology division due to a short circuit. The electrical panel has been an issue since the early 1990s, according to a document provided to us by Senator Moylan, who is proposing a bill to appropriate $6 million to GMH for the replacement and upgrade of the electrical system. Another critical concern of the administrator is their comprehensive electronic health recording system.
That's the online, the computerized documentation that the physicians and every entity of this hospital utilizes to enter information on the patient, diagnosis, laboratory works, radiology, pharmacy, the medications that need to be, administered.
The system is called Optimum, and the company currently servicing the system is Contata, who will be sunsetting the program, which means they will no longer provide support for the system should any issues arise. When the problems rain, it pours as employees, patients, and visitors walk through the hospital's main entrance, greeted by signs of leak and flood mitigation efforts carried out by GMH staff. Old tattered linen that the hospital stores is used to line areas where leaks pool up and can cause even more damage.
So this is just a regular downpour. Every day we have to soak up the water. We send our crew to use a wet vac to pull up the water so we don't ruin our flooring. You can see the damaged ceiling tiles. This happens every day that it rains because our roof needs to be replaced. We've got cracks on the roof that need to be resealed once, and so this requires a lot of money. It's going to require both a design phase and then a construction phase. We're trying to get the money from the legislature. It's estimated at about $5 million, so it's not an easy thing.
Just for this?
For the rooftop.
Based on GMH Chief Planner William Condo's assessment of the current conditions, the total estimate for capital improvements is about $57 million, and that's not including the issues at Z-Wing, the oldest section of the hospital. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Julius Santos.
North Korea launched another 2 unidentified projectiles today. They reportedly were fired from the country's eastern coast into the Sea of Japan. Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense PIO Jenna Bloss says the missiles did not pose an immediate threat to Guam or the Marianas, but Homeland Security Advisor Tim Uggan adds they will continue to monitor any developments. Using art as activism, or artivism, that's the idea behind a new mural unveiled today at the airport. Painted by local artist Austin Domingo, the piece featuring a whale is designed to expand public awareness about the growing threat to our coral reefs. The airport and the Planning Bureau have teamed up to display the first of the murals. Mallory Morgan is a National Coral Reef Fellow who's in charge of the project.
Conservation campaigns, and the idea is that art and a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we're hoping to use art in a way that transcends linguistic and cultural barriers and inspires people to act and talk to each other. So a lot of these issues that we're facing, just starting to talk to each other, your family, your friends, as you're passing by in the airport, can really make people feel empowered to have a difference.
Planning Bureau Director Tyrone Titano calls it a crisis situation as an unprecedented 30% of Guam's coral reefs have vanished in the last decade, much of it due to the bleaching effects of global warming. Earthquake Preparedness Week is on the way and will be followed by Tsunami Preparedness Week for quite the natural disaster 1-2 punch. A proclamation signing at Adelup was held for both today. This is just the island's second year observing Earthquake Preparedness Week, which runs August 4th through the 10th. The date chosen to commemorate the 7.8 earthquake that struck on August 8, 1993. The week is used to highlight the island's ability to recognize, respond, and recover from the threat earthquakes pose. Tsunami Preparedness Week runs from August 11 to 17, and the Office of Civil Defense and Guam Homeland Security will promote info through media and social media about how to build an emergency kit, how to make an emergency communication plan, and how to prepare for a tsunami evacuation. For this week's Head of the Class, we meet the valedictorian and salutatorian of Okudu High School.
Hello, my name is Noah Nicole Elbow. I'm from Ukudu High School and I'm the valedictorian. I plan on attending UOG next fall. Well, in the first 2 years I played basketball for my school. I was in both junior varsity and varsity. And then after that I joined the mock trial team and we won 2 championships in our 2 years of existence. All I know is I want to major in math, and then I'll figure it out when it gets there, because I kind of make decisions along the way, and there's a lot of things to do, and I just don't know exactly what to do yet, so for now, exploring. I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my auntie, my grandma in the Philippines, and my grandpa, and the rest of my family too as well. and even Mr. Dasco.
Hafaday, my name is Jacqueline Kabusi, and I'm the salutatorian from the Ukadu High School graduating class of 2019. This fall, I will be attending the University of Guam. Some of the highlights throughout my years at Ukadu High School include being a part of the cross country and the track and field team during my freshman and sophomore years of high school. During my junior and senior years of high school, I was a member of the mock trial team. We were able to win the championships here on Guam and then travel to 2 different national competitions in the mainland. During my junior year, we were given the opportunity to compete in Reno, Nevada, and my senior year, we were given the opportunity to compete in Athens, Georgia. This fall, I plan to attend the University of Guam and major in chemistry to take their pre-pharmacy track. After my 4 years here on Guam, I plan to go further my education in the mainland and attend graduate school in order to get my degree in order to pursue pharmacy. I'd like to thank my family, more specifically my mother and my grandparents. They're very instrumental in my academic success. They've inspired me to always do my best and pursue a career that would not just be beneficial towards me, but that would be beneficial towards others and that could allow me to help other people.
Hi, Noah Elbow and Jacqueline Kabusi. I am Lawrence Camacho, the Dean of Enrollment Management and Student Success at the University of Guam. And on behalf of our wonderful university and its leadership, we would like to congratulate you on your fine achievements.
Thank you.
For a job well done.
Welcome to UOG.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2019 from KUAM Communications and the University of Guam.
Coming up, Dave Delgado as the Dial Rent-to-Own Athlete of the Week. Stay tuned.
Hafaday, Naanho si Judy Flores, Tauto Inalahan. I came here in 1957 when I was a child. My parents were hired as contract teachers and I was immersed in the village life. I learned to speak Chamorro because everyone spoke Chamorro then. We do have more than just sun, sand, and shopping. We have a spirit here that people can definitely feel. The Hafaday spirit embodies the history, the culture, the language. Food is also a very important part of the culture. You offer food. That's the package altogether. The Hafaday spirit is how the people welcome a visitor, a stranger, and make them feel at home. And I've always felt that, especially in Inalahan, and I believe that the Hafaday Pledge is creating that throughout the island.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
We're here at Lorenzo Mingala for our Athlete of the Week. Today we have AJ Carlos and Ben, Big Ben, from the men's national basketball team who recently won the gold medal in the Pacific Games for the 3-on-3 competition.
Congratulations being Dio Renton Athlete of the Week, and who would you like to present this check to?
We would like to present this check to the Guam Cancer Care.
This was your first time representing Guam at the Pacific Games, and you were able to bring home a gold medal. What does that mean to you as a national team athlete?
It means the world, just representing your island you're from, and no better way to do it to win the first 3-on-3 medal in Pacific Games history.
Double gold medalist, also taking a gold medal for the men's 5-on-5 competition.
Double gold medal, that's awesome. It kind of validates your work, the work you've been putting in. So, man, it's a blessing just to win, make history for Guam.
And you just transferred schools. You went to San Francisco City College. Tell us where you're going to school now.
I'm going to Cal Maritime University. It's a school in the Bay Area. I'll be finishing my last year there, and I'll see where my basketball career heads.
Taking some time off from training with the men's national team. What are you going to be doing now from here on out, getting ready for the FIBA Asia Cup?
Of course, just enjoying the rest after training physically and emotionally hard for the Pacific Games. Keep in shape, just wait for that call and that go-to to train.
And that championship game was a pretty tough one because you guys had to come from behind to pull off that victory.
Yeah, man, like in the middle of the game, we didn't know we could pull it out, but we looked at each other and we played for more than ourselves, and we just pulled it out. We all had a job to do, and we wanted to complete this for everyone rooting for us back home, and it just made it more special that four of us could just bring in a historic run. We challenged Fiji, so we lost to them in pool play by 3, and it was kind of like a redemption to beat them, and it was so happened to be for the gold medal. We won 20-18 with Big Ben's game winner in overtime.
There were 2 players that aren't able to be here. You want to shout them out?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Mike Sakazaki and Sevi Siswiko. You guys are awesome. We gelled together the team, and I'm glad to make history with y'all.
All right, congratulations. Stay tuned to our next Dow Zone Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
Guam and Saipan were represented at the 2nd Asian Obstacle Course Race Championships, sanctioned by the World OCR Federation, held at Carino Grandstands, Rizal Park, Manila. Athletes that competed were James Lee out of CNMI in the 5-kilometer elite male 30-39 division, James Sardea representing Guam in the 5-kilometer male 40-49 division, Tom Akagami also out of Guam in the 5-kilometer male 30-39 division, and Jeffrey Rios from Guam in the 5-kilometer male 40-49 division. The race was part of the Asia OCR Games 4x4, dubbed the biggest OCR event in Asia and in the Philippines.
Check out Triple J's spectacular deals going on now during the hot summer savings event. 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Get into a Mazda CX-5 at its lowest price of $19,995 or $152 per paycheck. The big boy truck, the Ford F-150, starting at $282 per paycheck, or the Honda Civic starting at only $176 per paycheck. Triple J says yes. Purchase your next vehicle online at triplejguam.com today. Triple J, customers first.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, everybody, happy birthday on this Friday to Angel Taitingfong. It is Angel's 77th birthday. And happy birthday, Uncle Angel, says your loving family. Ritana Pokaigui celebrates birthday number 24 today, so happy birthday to you. It's also a happy birthday to Kirida Wakina Kinata. Happy great birthday to you. And happy birthday number 23 to Bradley McKell from Jaron Jace, Braden Joshua, Liam Larry, and the entire family. Also, special birthday wishes going out to Damian James Regis, who celebrates a birthday today. And lastly, a very special birthday from one of our own to one of his own. Happy birthday number 2 to Rex Wheeler, that's Andy Wheeler's cat, to a big fluffy baby from Mom, Dad, Beans, and Axel. Happy birthday to Andy's cat.
And remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. And it's that time of the week where we announce the winner of a yummy Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake. Catherine Cabrera, congratulations. A rep will be contacting you on how you can redeem your cake. And that'll do it for us here on the news desk, but stay tuned. Jace is up next with Extra.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Explore your world.
Good day, everybody. Jason Salas here, and thank you so much for streaming or watching KUM News Extra once again. We got a great show with a bunch of interesting topics that you're really going to like. And we start off with news that may be not so favorable, but it is nonetheless important. It's news about a recent UOG